Hello all YouTubers, how's everybody doing? I'm the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Merry Christmas. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's get started on the weather presentation for today, December 25th, 2018. This is Tropical Tidbits. We're going to be tracking Winter Storm Eboni as it will pound the north central United States with tons of snow and even some ice and rain depending on your location. I'll get to that later on in the presentation. So you can see this is the Wednesday time frame, and here's the low, just west of Amarillo, Texas, getting ready to push northeastward, and some heavy snow bands pushing through eastern Colorado and even the panhandle of Nebraska. As we head later in the day, Wednesday and into Thursday, that low is going to continue to push into northwestern Iowa, and Iowa on the leading edge when the storm is way far to the south and west will be starting out of snow, but then you'll be going right over the rain. Once that low sits over you, you're going to be in that area, that shield of rain. And on the western side, like around Aberdeen, South Dakota, you're going to get one of the hardest hit spots of this storm, and a lot of snow, heavy snow bands. And then once the low gets around southeastern Minnesota, the snow is going to start to lighten up. You're going to get that wraparound for Minnesota and the Dakotas. And then that is on Thursday, and the later day Thursday, and then by Friday into Saturday, which is this picture right here, is going to start to clear up. Just some spotty flurries by that point. So, GFS total snowfall, including sleet. I will also show you a map without the sleet, how much snow we're going to see. But if you throw in the sleet and ice, including it in the snow totals, a good chunk of Minnesota, I'd say at the northern half of Minnesota, about 6 to 10 inches, with western Minnesota could pick up 12 or 13 inches. But like I said, the hardest hit areas, we could see 13 or 14 inches around Aberdeen and Platte, South Dakota. Here's a good example. This is why the track matters so much with these storm systems. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is right around there, they were going to get 10 inches of snow. Now they're only about 2 to 3 inches. So where that storm tracks, it looks like it might have went farther to the north now, push that snow farther up to the north and west. In Panhandle, Nebraska, central Nebraska, pick up 7 to 10 inches of snow. If you throw in ice in eastern New Mexico, could also pick up to 12 inches of snow. So this is GFS, just snow, no sleet or ice included. So this is just snow, not just the white stuff here. And northwestern Minnesota, that's still 6 to 10 inches, maybe even 7 to 10. And northeastern South Dakota is still 13 to 14 inches. And then as you head down to central Nebraska, again, still 6 to 10. So most of these totals that were at the previous slide right here are, the ice doesn't really tack onto the snow totals as much. Usually we like to take off a lot of the totals because the ice usually makes the snow totals look bigger. But in this storm, it doesn't make them look that much bigger, which proves there's not going to be that much ice, except farther to the south and east, where northern Iowa might pick up like 1 to 3 inches of snow with the storm system. So the FV3 GFS, it doesn't zoom in too far, so I zoomed in as far as I could here. So this is including sleet. They don't do just snow. When FV3 GFS does their maps, they do it with the ice included. And a lot of areas, like a good chunk of central South Dakota and central western Nebraska, could pick up 15 to 16 inches of snow, including the Minnesota-Wisconsin border right there, could pick up 13. This usually has a cold and snowy bias, but you usually can't rule them out because it's experimental. But they should always still be considered. Amarillo might get 5 inches according to this model, and maybe Minneapolis could get somewhere around 10 inches. 48-hour rain and snow. Here we go. Here's southern South Dakota, northern Nebraska, 12 to 18 inches of snow. This is the weather company IBM business. But the rain coming up from the south, the moisture, you could see 2 to 3 inches in places like Dallas. So this isn't just a snow maker and an ice maker. It's a big rain maker too. Could cause some flooding issues. I wouldn't even be surprised a couple areas around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or the Texarkana area, which is Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana border right there, could pick up closer to 4 inches of rain. But anywhere in this lavender color here, at least 5 or 6 inches of snow, at least. So South Dakota, here you're going to be the target for this storm. Maybe northern Nebraska could be the target for a lot of snow, maybe some ice at times. So extended forecast surface fronts for the Weather Channel. So here's Wednesday morning over on the left side. And this only goes through Wednesday evening. So this isn't even the whole storm, and it already looks very impressive. So here's the low way off to the south and west. When lows come out of the south and west like this, you're going to have the colder air on the front edge, leading edge of that storm. Now that southeast flow with that cold air trapped in place already. So, a lot of places in northern Iowa will start out as snow and ice, and then go to ice, and then go to rain. But places like South Dakota, the Dakotas, and northern Nebraska will stay all snow. So watch this Wednesday morning, snow. And then Wednesday midday, so around 2 to 3 or 4 in the afternoon on Wednesday, Nebraska might briefly switch over to rain, but that's going to change by Wednesday evening. It'll go back over to snow with that wraparound. And Dakotas will be in that steady to heavy snowfall. Minneapolis will also see some snow. So why is this happening? Well, this is the infrared satellite. Colder cloud tops, more precipitation. And here's the polar jet, kind of like a little trough here, combined with that moisture fuel. It's going to come out of the south and west, makes that low. It's going to push into the north central U.S., upper Midwest plains, bring a lot of snow and ice and rain, depending on your location. Northwestern areas could possibly pick up snow more than south and east. That will probably pick up rain. So National Weather Service, they've just been upgraded. All winter storm warnings now, from southeastern Colorado all the way up to about northern edge of Minnesota, maybe even International Falls there. But if you go just to the south and east, it's winter storm watches, and just north and west of these areas, winter weather advisories. I did go to a specific area. This is the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Aberdeen, South Dakota. So this is all South Dakota here. And this is Sioux Falls. This is southeastern South Dakota, and northwestern portion of the state is up here. So Aberdeen, Redfield, Miller, I'm not going to name all the places, but around Aberdeen, good chunk of central South Dakota, a foot to a foot and a half. And like I said, Sioux Falls, 2 or 3 inches. But if you go barely like 10, 15 miles to the north and west, you're up to 8 inches already. Then 12 inches from there, and then 18 inches possibly in the central part of South Dakota. So I'm gonna leave this presentation with some winter driving tips for the Dakotas and Minnesota. Take it slow on the icy roads, please. Please don't be like a maniac driving on the roads. Drive cautiously and defensively. Inform others of your travel plans and times. So please be very careful out there. Again, I hope the brightness was okay. I know my last video, the brightness got out of control. I dedicate this presentation to all police officers and military crew out there. Thank you for serving us. I am the Weather Dude, signing off. Till next time.